All right, good morning, folks, and here we go with another shout out to Jerry Kolinsky. I probably butchered that name really big. Anyway, so he is on a way to purchase a battery for his electric bike, and so happened my other subscriber also just informed me that he's waiting for his battery that he has ordered and is being shipped over to him, which is a real estate student, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out also again because you guys just on top of the topic. And there's this guy Jerry Walensky or Klinsky or whatever it is. Sorry for butchering your thing. We talked back and forth, and he had a good question. If you have a strong system, what battery should you be getting? And that is a crucial decision between not necessarily the motor, but between the battery, the motor, and also your weight. Okay, and you also should be aware that there are different hot motors. Okay, so we'll start with the battery, which is the topic today, and everybody wants to know. So, guys, if you are building a build like enduro style frame, steel, heavy, uh, beefy. You get the forks, they're beefy. You get the motorcycle seat, it's beefy. You get the motorcycle rims, they're beefy. Or you're getting fat tire rims and wheels and tires, and they're 4 inch and they're huge. And you don't inflate them. You go halfway on the PS, pressure on the tire. Um, it's an easy decision, to be honest with you. If you want the most power out of your bike, and I know for a fact you should go at least 72 volts, which actually evens out to 84 volts because that's what it is. Um, those amps will eventually go down within the first few minutes of riding. It'll stay steady at 72 volts. Now, so we established that 72-volt battery is minimum requirement for that build, or any build that consists of, um, let's say, 3,000 and 5,000 and 8,000 watts motor, and also let's just say if we have a motor that is 8,000 and peaks out at 12,000, you should be going to was it 94 volts or something like that. Then you got 114, which is usually accomplished by a lipo or battery that are very dangerous and explode very easily, and they're hard to balance and charge, and it takes a heck of a long time to do so because you got to do it individually, and then you got to play with the chargers and the self balancing system. I mean, it's just forget about lipo. So establish 72 volts at least minimum. Okay. Now, the biggest question and concern from everybody is, or the situation that you always face on the road is, how far can I go on that battery, which is determined by amp hours. And what I have experienced personally at weight of 260, which is a lot, is that 20 amp hour is seriously the minimum. I mean, it's seriously the minimum. Okay, so let's say you're average dude and you weigh 200, right? We'll take that 60 pounds away, and you're riding different terrain, right? Up and down, gravel, all that crap. Okay, I guarantee, and of course, this is a big bike. You didn't build it or buy it because you want to pedal it. You build it or you bought it because you want to use it, abuse it, and enjoy it. What good is it if your bike have 72 volts, big ass motor, if you don't use it to the maximum extent? Literally. Um, so 20 amp hour will get you probably 25 miles. Okay, you talking about big torque. Okay, on that on 5,000 motor, 3,000 motor, and also it depends how do you set up your controller. Um, let's say controller handles 100 amps. I would first try 50 amps. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. Because you you're drawing so much discharge, and sometimes if the battery cannot take that discharge, it's very unhealthy for the battery. It won't last you that long. Let's say you have 800 cycles, you'll probably only get 400 cycles, and the battery is going to start overheating. Um, so I personally, I am going for 35 amp hours, and that will give me a decent ride. Okay, I will be able to travel whatever I need to travel on that one full charge, and I recommend for everybody to get between 30 and 35. I definitely recommend 35 amp hours. Uh, if you get a good deal on it, go for it. If you get 30 amp hour, it's good. Now, if your budget is low, you can do a 20 amp hour. And if you have a enduro frame, you can literally squeeze two batteries if you have a custom made, or the newest one, the enduro frame 2020. It's very beefy and it's very wide, so you can squeeze two batteries in there and parallel connect it. Um, if you do it in series, then you gotta be careful because you're gonna get that 114, 120 volt battery, which is that's serious. That's really serious. Okay. Um, I've done it and I've seen it being done. I also took two batteries, 48 volts at 20 amp hours, and then I serial connected that, and I was getting my 80, 84 volts, and that was 40 amps. And I pretty much travel when I needed to travel, whether it was occasionally going to work 45 miles away from my house, and I made it. I made it with a good top speed of 40 miles an hour average, so I was going good. So you got to look the capacity of your battery, and again, 35 amp hours is the magic word. And I suggest if you don't have to, um, you don't have the money, you need to wait. Don't just settle for the battery, because I got 48 volt batteries I got sitting all over the house and they are useless. And if you guys need a battery, I'll sell one to you. Just text me underneath. I give you my email and we'll go from there. I got 48 volts, 20 amp hour, 48 volt, 13 amp hour, which is a frame battery, and I think I got two more in a storage room, and they are comfortably charged where they are healthy, and I maintain them. Okay, now the major thing. So you, let's say for example you get a 5,000 watt motor, and now you have 72 volt system, and your controller puts out 100 amps, right? Again, try at 50 amps because that takeoff is going to be nice. But see how your battery behaves at 50 amps. You also got to remember when you buy batteries, the most important thing is the for the battery, the capability of handling the highest discharge at continuous discharge. Okay, and also I would tell you to invest in a great charger, which is about $170, and it is expensive. However, so lots of I know one YouTuber that is also a subscriber. He bought a 20 amp charger, right? Well, the problem is his battery maximum amp charging specifics are 10 amps. So of course what he did, he lives in UK. He plugged it in. Went home. He plugged it in the garage. So it's no big deal. Went home and left it overnight. And it is a lithium battery. It's not LiPo, but it's lithium, right? And came in the morning, and batteries were puffed, and the wires were melted. The charging wires, the battery management system was burned out. It was shot. The $900 battery was done, finished. Okay, so what you want to check is with the manufacturer where you get in the battery. If you get legit batteries, is what is the discharge? Okay, and of course, how high can I go with the charging port? Okay, lots of inputs into the battery from the charger that will melt because they can't take 20 amps. 20 amps, it's a lot. Why people do that, right? Well, you got to imagine. So I have a original charger of my batteries are 5 amps. That's how fast they charge. So it takes about 8 hours to charge the entire battery, right? Now, if I use 20, I will kill the battery. Why? Because my battery, the maximum amp charging port I could install is only 10 amps. So, of course, I went out. I got the 10 amps, right? Now, I am able to charge my battery, okay, within 3.5 hours from totally being empty, drained out, to full capacity, okay? And I am doing the same thing with a 72 volt, where, again, from 8 hours, I'm going to go over to about 4 hours or so, okay? So, going over the whole thing, most important thing is your C discharge on the battery, that it is going to be comfortable. Your battery is going to be comfortable because you don't take care of the battery, forget it. Then your discharge, okay, continuous discharge, because peak discharge it's okay. But if your continuous discharge is, let's say, 50, and you're pushing your controller to 100, that means your battery is getting stressed out pretty much from point A to point B. And you don't even know about it. You're going to have a great performance, not for too long, okay? And again, they're going to be overheating, okay? Now, these are extremely important things. You don't want to kill your battery. They should last you for a little while, okay? And if you follow these rules, you're gonna have a healthy battery, and you're gonna have a nice maintenance-free bicycle. All right. So, folks, I hope, Jerry, you got your answered here, and I hope that I helped. And I hope I see your build. Okay, I got a few pictures, man. It looks awesome. I like that. You can put a link down below if you really want to. If you don't want to share it, because he's not happy with the build, so it is what it is. But anyway, folks, stand by. I'm definitely getting my parts all together, and we'll shoot some good videos, and I'll share with you with the parts that I got and tell you exactly why I got them. All right. So until then, hit the bell and subscribe, and stay tuned, because this channel is going to become very interesting, and it's going to be soon enough where I get all the parts and put them out and start building this beast. All right. Take care, folks. Be safe. Drive safe.